fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The coppery tang of blood mingled with the musky scent of something alien, a pungent aroma that drew me forward, past shattered rock and twisted metal to the source. As I walked, the crunch of gravel beneath my feet echoed through the stillness, and the faint hum of an otherworldly energy vibrated through the air. He lay half-buried, a warrior sculpted from shadow and grit, his body a testament to the brutal power that had brought him to this place. His chest rose and fell with a ragged rhythm, exposing a glimpse of bronzed skin, and I felt an inexplicable pull, a morbid curiosity that compelled me to kneel beside him. My fingers hovered over the pulse point in his throat, fighting the instinctive urge to simply touch, to feel the warmth of his skin and the beat of his heart. But something held me back, a lingering sense of caution that warned me to beware the unknown. His eyes snapped open, Terran black flecked with gold, and locked onto mine, and I felt a jolt, raw and electric, surge through me, his psionic resonance, a claiming touch even at a distance. The air seemed to vibrate with tension as our gazes met, the connection between us crackling like a live wire. I could feel the weight of his gaze, the pull of something ancient and powerful, and a desperate, unwelcome longing bloomed in my chest. It was as if the very fabric of reality had shifted, and I was left reeling, unsure of what was happening or how to respond. "Lyra," he breathed, the sound a rough caress that sent a tremor through my core, and my bond mark, hidden beneath my tunic, flared with heat. The sensation was like a spark to dry tinder, igniting a fire that threatened to consume me. I felt the heat radiating from his body, the subtle flecks of muscle beneath his torn armor, and the terrifying realization that I was already falling, succumbing to the allure of this mysterious stranger. As he pushed himself up, bracing against my shoulder, the air crackled with tension, and every brush of skin, every shared breath felt like a transgression. The bond song, a low thrumming vibration, wrapped around us, insistent and demanding a connection I wasn't sure I was ready to make. I could feel the music of our bond, a symphony of emotions and sensations that seemed to grow louder with every passing moment. Johan's lips curved in a slow, dangerous smile, and I felt my heart skip a beat as he murmured, "Lost, aren't you?" His voice was a velvet rasp, a gentle caress that belied the danger that lurked beneath. I felt the heat of his breath on my skin, the whisper of his words sending shivers down my spine. I was lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty, and the only anchor I could cling to was the man beside me. But was he a lifeline or a weight that would drag me under? I wasn't sure, but I knew that I was drawn to him, helpless to resist the pull of our bond. As I looked into his eyes, I saw a glimmer of something there, a spark of recognition that seemed to say, "I know you, Lyra, I know what you are and what you need." I knew with a sickening certainty that surrendering to the fire that burned between us might be the only way to survive. But at what cost? I thought back to the events that had led me to this place, the choices I had made and the consequences that had followed. I had always been driven by a sense of duty, a need to protect and serve. But now, as I looked at Johan, I felt a different kind of duty, a sense of responsibility to this man, to our bond, and to the future that we might build together. The question was I ready to take that step, to surrender to the unknown and see where it would lead? I didn't have the answer, but I knew that I had to try. As I sat there, frozen in uncertainty, Johan's smile grew wider, his eyes glinting with amusement. "You're not sure, are you?" he said, his voice low and husky. "You're not sure if you can trust me or if you should even try." I shook my head, feeling a sense of trepidation. "I don't know," I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. "I don't know what to do." Johan's expression softened, his eyes filling with a deep understanding. "You don't have to know," he said. "You just have to feel the bond between us, the connection that goes deeper than words or reason. Feel the music of our hearts beating together in perfect harmony." As he spoke, his words wove a spell around me, a spell of enchantment and wonder. I felt my doubts and fears begin to fade, replaced by a sense of hope and possibility. Maybe, just maybe, I could trust this man and the bond that we shared. Maybe I could surrender to the fire that burned between us and see where it would lead. The thought sent a shiver down my spine, a thrill of excitement mixed with fear. But as I looked into Johan's eyes, I knew that I was ready to take the leap, to see where our bond would take us and what the future held. "I'll try," I said, my voice firm, my heart pounding in my chest. "I'll try to trust you, to feel the bond between us and to see where it leads." Johan's smile grew wider, his eyes flashing with triumph. "That's all I can ask for," he said, his voice low and husky. "That's all I need." And with that, he reached out, his hand closing around mine, and I felt the world around us melt away, leaving only the two of us, suspended in a sea of possibility.